what is it, second week, third week? Was it third week, start of the third week. I thought we made a little bit of progress today trying to figure out. I think this team's biggest thing is finding out where the leadership's going to come in tight situations. I love the way we're running the floor, get the ball out. We have a lot of energy defensively. Got to correct some mistakes that we make, but the flow of the game to the other end from offense to defense is really good. Our bigs, Nate's here, and you'll hear from him, but he can take it and go with it. Bina has learned. I'm surprised at how well he's doing it. Our guards are getting out and running. We're not coming back waiting on the ball. So that part is good. The part we're really looking for, and we did some work on it today, is try to figure out, okay, when it slows down and I can't go Tavion, go get the ball and shoot over top of everybody. Well, okay, where are we going to go and who's that going to be and what our best position is. And when we need about three, so that when we match up with the defenses, we can pick of the three the weakest of their defenses so that we can hit some big game shots, or if we're not flowing real good, just get a bucket to stop a run or something like that. So if we get that down, which I thought we made a little bit of progress today, I think we're on our way. We're not shooting the ball real well right now, and we're turning the ball over too much. We're awfully free with it, and we got to play fast, but not. We got to play quick, but not too fast. Maybe I should say it that way. Right now, we're a little bit too fast with our ball, a little bit too loose at times. On the other hand, the black team that was out there was keeping it simple, and they're knocking shots down at a regular pace. So, we just got to get to where we're shooting the ball really well. I like what we see. We got a good bunch of guys that are playing really hard, and I think you're going to see a lot of growth by the end of the year.
When you look at the schedule, the way the non-conference sets up, you've got a big trip to Cayman Islands, marquee matchup against Kentucky. How does that kind of help you, and how are you preparing for that?
Well, we looked at it. Mark Klein went through the blue book that came out for basketball, the early look at all the teams and the conference they played in, and almost every. And I took too quick a look, and I hope I'm speaking correctly here, but when I looked down, there wasn't anybody below fourth in their conference. So. That road this year is very difficult. So we're going to have to be prepared for it. It's probably the hardest schedule since I've been here. A lot of people don't want to say, but last year was tough. You got Toledo and Ohio finishing at the top of the MAC, along with Akron was fairly close up there. And you got an AAC, or not AAC, but an A10 school in Duquesne playing at their place. It wasn't easy there either. Moorhead won their conference. It wasn't an easy schedule, and if you're trying to poo-poo the Sun Belt, don't, because they're right there. They ain't not bad, and. Louisiana's always going to be good. They got a nice tradition. So this schedule's tough. And to put your wheels on the ground from playing in the Caymans to getting in a bus as soon as you get here and get going to Rupp Arena. It's not easy, but also anything that's not easy is also a good opportunity. So, see what happens. We're certainly not going there to lose. I didn't buy the lottery ticket yesterday to lose. I thought I was going to win. Did anybody win that one Sunday?
If I did, I wouldn't be here.
Is it? Anybody win that one Sunday? Oh, boy. The guys don't even know. Y'all might have won. You didn't buy a ticket, did you? Are you getting what position? How much chance you got to win if you don't buy a ticket?
Just about the same as if I bought one.
Just about. That's negative. See, I'm optimistic. I got a lot more opportunity than you do. All right, what else you got? But it's tough. We got a tough schedule, and we're going to play our game. I think the biggest thing, and I've always said that, every coach that I've ever been around says, you play your game, and you be as good at it as possible. And if you concentrate on that, that's John Wooden philosophy. For some of you guys that don't know who that is, that's 11 out of 12, I think, NCAA titles. And he always said, we do very little work for watching our opponents. We do a lot of work at watching ourselves. So I'm a believer in that. Don't walk off and say we never scout or we don't. Yeah, we do. But the emphasis is on our team and what we do and how well we do it.
Is this kind of the point in preseason practice where you start to look at, you mentioned wanting to limit turnovers and wanting to play under control. Is this about the time you start to change that? Instead everybody knows everybody. Now you got to get to what you do well.
Well, we're still, and I told this team today, and I thought we had good. We had Ron DeTemple come in and talk to him. This guy that was the only guy I remember when I played here of the fans. I remember him and Sue. Now, it was because he was so avid, and he was always out in front, and he was always cheering, and I can remember his saddle Oxfords. And I remember running, and he got me excited to play, just picking him out. He's probably one of the only fans that I remember. I remembered his name. As soon as I came back 50 years later, that's Ron DeMarco. I knew exactly who he was, and Sue. So we talked a little bit about he gave him a good little talk. The first one was, he's got in his, and he's done pretty well with his business. He's got a sign up behind his desk. It says, "No whining. Fix it. No whining. Fix it." It's pretty good advice. And then he said, "Or," which is above the water, BET's below the water, and it's optimistic. 3 words to go with it. And the other one is bet, which is the B word, and 2 other negative things. And then outside it, he's got victor or victim. Which one you want to be? Because victim don't get you anything. Victor, well, you'll be successful. So I thought it was a pretty good talk. We talked about that. I think that's the biggest thing. And the reason I'm saying that's the biggest thing that we lost last year is, okay, yes, they were very good players. I think we can fill that in, that we lost the 2 guys that led the team. And we're waiting to see, okay, is it going to be Nate, who you'll hear from, or Cam, who was here last year, who is stepping into those roles to hit the big moments, pull the team together when you have to. Put that upper spine, because if they leave it to me, that's not a good choice. And I don't care what coach it is, if it isn't me. Anytime you leave it to a coach, now he can help you, but if you leave it to him, you're in trouble as a team. And they got to take responsibility for it. That's why, coming through, I love John Elmore. Hey, John, get us a bucket. Go get it. I got you, coach. He never backed out of that role. And we got to establish that. And we worked on it a little bit today, see who that's going to be, and or 2, because we had CJ with John. So it came to 2, and then we had Tavion and Andy. And we're going to have to see which 2 of these guys are going to be that field. And that's going to be the growth. That's going to be the part where we grow as to who steps into those roles as leaders. And then when they do step into those roles, then that next thing that Ron talked about, no whining. If it's not you, shut up, follow. Follow and be a good follower. And Ron was good about that. He was very successful in his life. He loved basketball, never played a day in his life, but his passion transferred over into business. He's successful because he works hard and he's smart. And that's my best thing for these guys is I'll remember some wins, but you know what? I'll probably remember Luke's a doctor and doing well. Tavion's out now in Utah in Hawaii, got a good chance. John Elmore has heard that and is going to be successful. That, to me, is what college is about. And I know, I'll get criticized, you don't want to win bad enough. It usually comes from people who never won or never even played. You know, they don't know what they're talking about. And so we're going to give it a good run. I got a competitive squad, and they're going to compete, and they'll play for Marshall, and they'll play hard. And that should be, that in itself should make a loyal fan base to come out and watch them play, because they're playing for them, and they're playing extremely hard, and we're going to be competitive. We'll be right there when it's time to play, or when they deciding the conference championship. We'll be around.
Is it fair to say this is maybe shaping up to be your most competitive squad to date?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I don't know how you do. They haven't played yet. You know, I don't know how to rate that. I will say this: they all get at it now. If you watch our practices now, they're getting after it. But you know, it's hard to say. Are they more competitive than John? I don't know. You know, they don't call him the GOAT for nothing. You know, he's tough. You know, so we'll see. You know, they have to measure up, but I wouldn't discount it either. You know, they may. And I hope they do, and I bet John hopes they do. You know, I played here, but that ego's gone a long time ago. You know, I want them all, and they are all better than me, and I like that. You know, it doesn't bother me at all. I'm happy for it.
In these 3 weeks, what have you seen, or maybe who have you seen that's been a pleasant surprise for you?
And hell, Nate can jump. I didn't know that. You know, when he came, I thought he was under the rim player. He's got a little pop to him. He's a lot more athletic than we thought. Handles the ball much better. Is a better scorer than we thought. And we knew that he was competitive. They were strong, and he would compete. That's what we knew coming in. We got more of a complete player, so he's better. I think the rest, you know, Kevon can be. We'll see, but he could be a big factor too. He's strong. He shoots quick. Cam's Cam, but Cam's putting the ball on the ground a little bit better. And then probably the biggest improvement from the guys coming back is Obina. His offensive game has grown leaps and bounds. So we're expecting a lot more from him on the offensive end. Before, he was mostly just a catch and dunk guy off pick and roll, and then get me in trouble by missing all these threes, and everybody telling me, what am I letting him out there shooting for? But he's making those much better. He's shooting the ball much better. He still has that defensive game, and he's putting the ball on the ground and taking it to length and doing some things. So if that holds true the way it is in practice, then he's really come a long way offensively.
He was a guy that made a big jump the year before last coming into last year. Is that kind of,
He just keeps coming, you know. The good thing about all these guys, they all get in the arena a lot, and they play and they work on their games. And that's what you have to do if you're going to be exceptional. And he's in here all the time. They stay in the arena. So, you know, they're going to be as good as they can be, and we hope that that's enough to win a conference championship and get in the NCAA title and win 5 games. You know, that's what you try to do. And till we don't do it, I think we're going to. So, you know, that's the way I am. You can be doubter if you want to, but I'm not a doubter. I never have been. If I did that, I would have never played, because 6 foot and 150 pounds, I wouldn't even gotten out there. In fact, I didn't get out there for about a month and a half. They wouldn't pick me because I was too little. So I fight the odds. Odds don't scare me. We'll fight them. All right. Good luck, Nate. I'll soften them up for you. Go ahead. What's up? See if Texas can speak.
I mean, Nate, you heard what Coach said about you. You know, just how different has it been getting used to this system and kind of letting your athleticism show?
Yeah, it's been a big adjustment, you know, but just like coaches, players, just the confidence they have in me kind of helped me to blossom a little bit, kind of show, you know, what I've thought I've had the past 3 years and kind of utilize my full game, like he's like pushing the ball, creating some offense, still sticking to my physicality, defense, so just kind of bringing it all together here.
You having fun in this system?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Just fast pace, getting up and down, lobs, dunks, all of it. It's exciting basketball.
Does that re-energize you when you get a chance to play this kind of ball?
Oh yeah, I look forward to coming to practice every day. Getting up and down, scrimmaging, just because I know it's gonna be fun. Fast pace, space the floor, knock down shots, dunk the ball. It's hard not to like. So.
When you look at what the first 3 weeks of practice have been, I think just a little under 3 weeks from the first exhibition game, it's time to get down to business and perfect kind of what you guys have installed the first few weeks.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think everyone's kind of getting more comfortable with the offense. I know me personally, I'm getting more comfortable with it. Trying to, like you said, go into that leader aspect now, kind of focus on building a team camaraderie and getting more comfortable with each other once we're comfortable with the system.
Coaches talk about playing quick but not too fast.
Mhm.
How important is the discipline aspect of playing free? Because there is a lot of freedom in the system.
Right.
He runs, but how important is discipline and kind of where do you fit that in?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, because when you play fast, like getting up and down, there's bound to be a couple turnovers, but you also you have to play under control. And that's the biggest thing for me, I think, is just playing under control, still playing fast, but not letting my mind speed up. My body can speed up, my mind still stays slow, reads the floor, kind of looks for who's cutting, who's open, trying to slow down it mentally.
Looking at your team, just from your point of view, who stands out to you? Who are you excited for? Look at your player, your team.
I think everyone looks great. Like you said, Obina looks really good, especially today. He's dominating offensively, great rebounder. Cam, obviously, best shooter I've ever played with before. He's great. And you got Jacob. Jacob, he's improved a lot too. And I mean, Vaughn, Cam Crawford, both come in. Great offensive, great defenders too, great on-ball defenders. So, I mean, I'm excited for everyone.
You're practicing against each other every day. Who are you most sick of seeing?
Probably Big G. He's a big body. He's tough to go against. He's a big dude. So.
Come from a team that had good leadership, obviously with a guy like Mason that was at Texas State. How important is that? You hear people, players talk, and coaches talk about leadership all the time, but just how important is that to identify, kind of a guy or a group of guys that are those leaders?
Yeah, it's huge. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like players listen to other players more so. Like they take it more to heart and personally. A lot of times when you hear it from your fellow player, then like letting the coach be the only leader, only voice, So whenever you have the guys on the court who you know are going to lead, they set the tone and really just follow them, it really makes a big difference for the team. So.
What kind of leader are you? Are you vocal, action? What kind of style?
I would say more so action. I can be vocal, but it's more so just like pulling guys to the side, telling them what happened, giving daps, high fives. But I've never really been the type to just scream at someone in the face unless something crazy happens. But definitely actions, talking to them like one-on-one, that sort of thing.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, fellas, appreciate it.